Coyotes hockey on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by Papa John's. Get 50% off your Papa John's order the day after a Coyotes win. Promo code Coyotes at papajohns.com. And by Sanderson Ford. The best play is at Sanderson Ford.
Todd Walsh back here at Jami.com Arena, your outside Westgate, just prior to the Coyotes and the Hurricanes here in a matter of moments on Fox Sports Arizona. As we mentioned at Coyotes Live, the pregame show not too very long ago, a special guest here in the house representing the Arizona Diamondbacks. Paul Goldschmidt will be coming out. There you see him. He was just down with Jody Jackson just a little bit ago. We will talk to him coming up later on tonight here from up in the broadcast booth. But Paul Goldschmidt, a Coyote fan, a hockey fan, and it's great to see, as I mentioned not too long ago, our partners, the Diamondbacks and the Coyotes, getting along so well. The Diamondbacks have always opened their doors at Chase Field for the Phoenix Coyotes to come out. They've been on the field taking batting practice, ceremonial first pitches. The coaches have a great rapport, front office, players, even the media relations departments. And obviously you see a moment like this, Paul Goldschmidt going around giving knuckles to the Phoenix Coyotes. I'll never forget when Shane Doan gave Paul Goldschmidt some advice about how to handle the ups and downs of being a guy that's counted on so desperately and so much. And Paul Goldschmidt came up to me some weeks later and said, you need to thank Shane Doan because it really worked. I listened to him and it paid off for me. So here we are, Shane Doan obviously going to be in the building tonight. He said he's going to say hello to Paul Goldschmidt. But tonight, the ceremonial puck drop from the guy that came in second in the most valuable player race in the National League. We'll talk to him again during one of our intermissions here on Fox Sports Arizona. So there you have it. He's going to watch the game, and so will you. Big round of applause for Paul Goldschmidt as he goes up. He didn't kiss the ring of Tyson Nash. I thought he would. Matt McConnell, take it away. It's all yours.
Thanks a lot, Todd. 36 home runs for Paul Goldschmidt. What a season for the Arizona Diamondbacks as we take a look at the goaltenders in this one. For the Coyotes, it'll be Mike Smith, 14, 6, and 5 of the goals against, creeping lower at 3.01. And for the Carolina Hurricanes tonight, Justin Peters hasn't allowed more than 2 in his last 5. He is 6, 8, and 2 with the goals against of 2.23. The referees are Steve Kazari and Wes McCauley. And the linesmen here tonight, Don Henderson and John Grandel. Coyotes here with an opportunity to sweep this 2-game homestand, Tyson. They got some momentum. They'd love to bank this one into the win column before they head off to Eastern Canada in a few days.
Well, do they ever, but the biggest thing, you have to remember why you're having success and try to replicate it here tonight.
So the Hansel line will start with Rabada on the right wing and Tim Kennedy on the left side. This has been a very effective line for head coach Dave Tippett. Played into the corner, and now taking it away is Kennedy. Coyotes trying to get that down-low cycle game going early in the opening minute here tonight against the Carolina Hurricanes team that they defeated 5-3 in Raleigh back on a Sunday afternoon in October.
Well, you have to know the talk before this hockey game was make sure you take care of business at home before going on the road. A 4-game trip coming up.
Into the corner, Kennedy looks to set it up. Kicked away that time by Justin Falk. And the Canes will get it out. Eric Stahl brings it in over the line. He drops it. Here's a chance. Sekera, and a shot that time goes wide. And it's cleared all the way back where former Thrashers defenseman Ron Hainsey will play it at his own blue line.
And that's a line matchup that Dave Tippett is going to want to have all night long. The ability at home ice to get that last change, getting Hansel out against that Stahl and Skinner line. We talked about Skinner, the start of the show, the open of the show, 7 goals in his last 6 games. They're going to have to do a real good job defending against him tonight.
Played at center ice, chipped away, and now a quick counter for Nathan Gerby. And the former Buffalo Sabre getting the puck in over the line as Bodker will steer it. Tries to go up the boards. Gerby will take it away. Coyotes will look to counter here. In behind the net, chasing it down is Murphy. And it's played all the way back down the length, and we'll get a whistle here on the icing call. Tyson, let's take a look at your keys tonight. They're brought to you by Sanderson Ford.
Well, we just talked about that top line. You have to try to contain them. You're probably not going to keep them off the score sheet tonight, but just limit their opportunities, dictate the pace. You've already seen the Coyotes pushing the pace here, establishing their forecheck. That's going to be crucial tonight, and balanced scoring as it is every single night with this Phoenix Coyotes team. Still no Doan, still no Morris and Korpikoski. They're going to need contributions from everyone.
Murphy out high. Shot taken that time is blocked away. The shot attempt from Jay Harrison. Puck thrown to the front. Now Bodker will look to move it out for Phoenix. And Connor Murphy trying to get it out, and he'll clear it all the way back to center ice. Canes will set it up inside of their own zone. Ryan Murphy all the way down the length, goes wide to Smith, and we get a whistle here and an icing call against the Hurricanes. Well, we talked a lot about balance leading into the show tonight on Coyotes Live, presented by CenturyLink. These are some of the numbers we're talking about, Tyson, and they look great.
No, they sure do. The Coyotes balance up and down their lineup. The most players with 20-plus points. The Coyotes have 7, including a couple defensemen on that list. You don't see that very often. You look at Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Keith Yandel contributing, seems like every night.
Around the board, Schlemko, good keep, got it to the front, batted away that time. Schlemko keeps. Klinkhammer will try it on the left wing side, but it's taken away there by Ryan Murphy, and the Canes will bring it out. So Murphy crossing center. Lost an edge there. Have a bit of a rough go there, maybe with one of his skate blades, as he'll go to the bench. And the Coyotes will get it back to center ice. Back it over the line, Ribeiro. Now Ribeiro to the front. And Moss is there. Got a shot away that goes wide. He was locked up partially there by Jay Harrison, as Yandel will play it all the way back. And now racing it back over the line is Justin Falk. He'll play it in behind the net. Smith there for the Coyotes. Can't move it along. And now Mike Smith in a big battle in behind the net. Carolina very patient here as they'll work it to the corner, and now in behind the net, letting it go that time was Grayson Bowman. And a shot taken that time from the point by Manny Malhotra goes wide. Goes back out high, blocked away in front that time by Michael Stone, and he'll clear it all the way back to center before it's rifled right back in. Well, Mike Smith very active in that crease and in behind the net, and the trapezoid early here tonight, Tyson.
Very aggressive.
Played by Gleason. And now Tuomo Ruutu will get it back across center as he tries to get past Verbata, and this one goes into the bench and out of play.
Keep your eye on Mike Ribeiro right here. Does a real good job on the faceoff. It's not always about winning it clean. He pushes it to the wall and makes a second effort to get to it. Nice shot from the point, little redirection with traffic in front. Everybody's going to the net. That's where the Coyotes have had a lot of success. You look at Mike Ribeiro, 9 points in his last 6 games, leading this Phoenix Coyotes team offensively, as they hoped he would do when they signed him in the offseason.
Well, he's been great. He was robbed twice the other night by Kevin Poulin, the goaltender of the New York Islanders. 2 just point-blank glove saves over the line, and a chance here. Glove save at the other end by Mike Smith.
Well, we just talked about Mike Ribeiro. Big save there by Mike Smith, though, first off. But he was robbed twice in this hockey game early by the Islanders goaltender Poulin, but he stuck with it. Again, that was the second time. Frustration was starting to build, and then the floodgates started to open up. Nobody picks up the most dangerous player on the ice, the most offensive player for this Phoenix Coyotes team. A goal and 2 helpers in that game Thursday night. Starting to heat up.
So Ribeiro and the Coyotes are going to face off to the right of the goaltender Mike Smith. Again, out of the lineup tonight. No David Rundblad or Gilbert Brulé. They're the healthy scratches, as is Derek Morris. And Shane Doan also not playing tonight as the puck ends up in behind the net along with Lauri Korpikoski. Shane Doan, we understand, is here tonight and evidently getting better by the day, which is great news for the Coyotes. And the fans that love to come out and watch the captain play. So we got a whistle.
It's a little bit different. Talking to Dave Tippett today, about Shane Doan and him being sick, not being around the rink. Shane Doan is a rink rat. He's the first guy here and the last guy to leave. And when you don't see him around, for a guy that's been around this organization for 19 years, it's a little bit odd. So the last couple of days with Doan being back and chirping a little bit with the players again, he's back to his old self.
Played out of the corner and back through center. Eric Stahl will move it along. Now it's turned the other way and out of the zone. Falk will try to bang it right back in. And now Antoine Vermette against Falk. Coyotes have 3 players along that blue line, and finally they get one in. And in behind the net to set it up is Andrei Sekera. Now Jordan Stahl back through center ice for the Carolina Hurricanes. Stahl out there with Palusti going to the front of the net. Jordan Stahl got run over that time by Connor Murphy, and the Coyotes will look to get it out. Back to center, taken away that time by Jay Harrison. Puck played right back and over the line, and Harrison will flip it in behind the net for Ryan Murphy. Carolina looking to get it out. Good keep along the boards that time by Dave Moss. And now Murphy with it as he plays it along back through center. Yuri Talusti chasing this one down as it goes in behind the net. Maybe Schlemko can't move it. But it's played out of there and back through center ice it goes, where Mike Ribeiro will try to dangle his way in over that Carolina blue line before dumping one in behind the net. And Mike Ribeiro, nearly a chance in front. Now Hochman takes it away. Puck into the corner, though. Chance of the line. Yandel across. Connor Murphy. Wrist shot up high. And a save that time by Peters.
Well, we're going to show you Keith Yandel. Keep an eye on him right here. It's all about good defense to offense. Carolina Hurricanes go for that bank play that we saw the other night. But watch Keith Yandel. He's looking to go. He gets it. And see you later. That's what makes Keith Yandel so tough to contain. He's always looking to jump as a winger. That's real tough. Makes it for a long, long night when you're trying to go up against Keith Yandel, who's got 3 goals in his last 5 games.
Good bid there right off the faceoff by Connor Murphy. He'll set up in behind Jeff Halpern. 4th line out there right now. Bissonnette, Halpern, and Jordan Swartz.
And that's been a nice little defensive pairing that Dave Tippett has set up with Connor Murphy and Keith Yandel. A little unsure of that at first. Keith Yandel typically playing with Derek Morris, but it's been a real nice combination.
Swartz has it, and he'll get it in over the line as it's played into the corner by Halpern. I talked with Coyotes development coach Dave King this morning about Jordan Swartz, and he said, you know, some players read the opposition well. He said Swartz not only does that, but he reads his teammates well in terms of positioning. As Connor Murphy will get it to the front, they score!
Paul Bissonnette.
And Biz Nasty with his first goal since a couple of years ago in Buffalo, and it's 1-0.
Oh, you gotta love that. Happy for Paul Bissonnette. Had a big assist a couple nights ago. And this line really setting the tone in this first period. Throwing pucks at the net. Nice job getting that puck back to the point. How about that heads-up play by Connor Murphy? Bissonnette drives the net. Connor Murphy with the slap pass. Hits Bissonnette right on the tape. He deflects it past Peters. And his last goal since November 19th of 2011, when both his parents were in the house in Buffalo.
Got a false face-off here, Paul Bissonnette. Standing ovation for the 4th line left winger. Dave Tippett said he knows how to play the game. He's smart. He was smart on that play.
Well, there's the smile on the face of Paul Bissonnette. His first goal, you saw the date on that. His mom was in attendance that night in Buffalo, New York, a stone's throw from his hometown in Ontario. And guys, on our pregame show, we played the most detailed and longest description of a second assist, I think, in NHL history. It clocked in at, I believe, just under 30 seconds, or maybe even more than that. But that was because Paul is engaged. And you know what? Dave Tippett said, look, he's a very smart guy, and he doesn't play a lot. So when he does play, he analyzes it. And I love the fact that he had such candor and honesty and said, look, I know that play on the assist in Denver because I got back to the hotel and watched it 60 times on NHL.com. But when you have a play like that, you do, right, Tyson?
Oh, absolutely. You gotta love Paul Bissonnette. You know, his Twitter feed is exploding right now. We got a standing ovation here at Jobbing.com Arena. Again, though, the balance. We talked about that at the start of the game. And the second time in the last 3 games that 4th line has got on the board.
He's probably picked up another 50,000 followers as the result of the goal.
Well done.
Yeah, and
6 points now this year? And what's he averaging? 3 minutes a night. So you got to think that's per minutes played. That's got to be right up there for league leaders in the entire NHL. He makes his presence felt. Hasn't had a whole lot of fight.
I believe he was on the score sheet in Toronto a couple of years ago, and that game in Buffalo that Todd was talking about where he was, his mom was watching him. I believe that was the first time that she had ever watched him play in person with Paul in the NHL. It's just a great story that night in Buffalo, as this one is sent on and Smith made the save.
I think she was thinking he was going to get 82 goals that year. If she came to every one, I would have bucked up if I was Paul Bissonnette. Brought her to every game the rest of the way.
Kyle Chipchura threw it away. Comes to the middle. Jordan Staal to Gerby. And now Nathan Gerby will play it in behind the net. Out of the zone, Chipchura. He'll race it back for Bodker on right wing. And now Chipchura will go after it and go to work in the right wing corner. Back out high and late on the change that time. Michael Stone. Coyote defenders were changing on that rush play, as this one is going to be flipped in. Now the forward unit will head to the bench. And it's that Moss line out there with Mike Ribeiro and Rob Klinkhammer. So the Coyotes getting an early lift here at 6:14. Paul Bissonnette is first of the season from Murphy and Halpern. Connor Murphy is another real nice story as we head towards the holidays in terms of his numbers. As Stone will send one towards the net, that gets deflected away. He's played a little more than 45 minutes, Tyson, Connor Murphy, over the last couple of games, as this one's going to be moved back in by Mike Ribeiro. Now in behind the net, Bissonnette is back out. Into the corner against Dwyer. Carolina. And a big hit there, and Bissonnette.
Oh, he's feeling it. Yeah. I can tell you that. He's feeling the love, and he's getting the love here at Jobbing.com Arena. Finishing his check. Big check there on Riley Nash. Have a seat.
This might be a delay of game penalty against Carolina as Bissonnette heads.
Well, after that hit,
yeah.
I think it was Riley Nash that shot that puck over the glass.
That's what happens when you have Biz Nasty in your face, I guess.
Well, that's what fourth line is supposed to do. A bonus that they score. No penalty on the play.
So they conference, the officials. They say no.
But that's what you want to do. As the first F1, the forechecker, you want to force the defenseman or the forward into making a bad play. And that's what happened with that pressure from Paul Bissonnette. And they're getting rewarded with a little extra ice time. They're going to stay on here. They've been really good in this first period.
Face off outside the Carolina zone. Manny Malhotra out there for Carolina as we get a whistle here on the offside. Fans not happy. Well, the Arizona Lottery Buck Bash returns on Friday, December the 27th, when the Coyotes play the San Jose Sharks. Enjoy $1 specials on hot dogs, popcorn, and Pepsis. Visit PhoenixCoyotes.com for details. That is the first trip in by the San Jose Sharks, and that'll be the next home game here at Jobbing.com Arena. The team will be off for 4 games, and we understand that game is approaching sellout status, so you might want to jump on that deal today.
We talked to Dave Tippett too about this road trip and just really the entire month of December, and he likes it just because yesterday was a shopping day, get everything done and out of your system, but now there's no distractions. Around the holidays, there's so many, family members that are in your house and wanting to be entertained, and a lot of eggnog. So now you get on the road, you don't have to deal with all those distractions. You can just focus on the task at hand, and that's winning hockey games.
That'll be a 4-game business trip, so to speak, and it'll begin in Montreal on Tuesday night. I agree with him. Get out of Dodge and help eliminate a lot of those distractions as Michael Stone will try to force it in behind the Carolina net. Thrown to the front that time by Bissonnette.
We don't say this very often, Matt, but Paul Bissonnette right now has the puck on a string tonight.
In the corner with Jeff Halpern battling, and now it's taken away and out of the zone. Carolina and Radek Dvorak will get it back to center ice. Big hit that time by Swartz.
And this is another, sorry, Matt, this is another example of Dave Tippett. Players dictating ice time.
Eric Staal has it, sent it towards the front, and that's denied by Mike Smith.
If you're playing well, that's why players love to play for Dave Tippett. If you're playing well, you're going to play.
Another shot taken here. Bouncing puck, and it's going to be moved out of there by Hansel, and he'll clear it back to center ice. So sent right back in by the Canes, and Mike Smith will steer it. Change for Kirk Muller's club. And it'll be Oliver Ekman-Larsson bringing it out. Flips it back and over the line. Onside, Hansel. He'll send one over the top of the net. Radim Vrbata try to get one in front. And now it's turned the other way and out of the zone. Jordan Staal, 2-on-1 developing here. Penalty coming up. They're going to get Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Delayed call against the Coyotes as they touch up. And that time, maybe a little bit of indecision defensively. And Ekman-Larsson had to take a hooking call.
Yeah, Oliver Ekman-Larsson got caught out of position, just tried for the pinch. Out comes Jordan Staal. There's the hook.
Number
right
23, Phoenix. Minor penalty. Hooking.
Reaches in with a stick, yanks on the arm a little bit, but he prevented a 2-on-1. And now the Coyotes are going to have to go to the kill that has been really good the last two games. Last two games now they're 5 for 5. Special teams has really been the story that we haven't talked a whole lot about. The Coyotes in their last two games, they went 2 for 6 on the power play. And as I just mentioned, 100% on the penalty kill.
Carolina is 27th in the league on the power play. 16th on the road. Falk with a shot, and it goes wide of the mark. Now played by Skinner and back out high. Looking to set it up for Sekera. Skinner nearly stripped of the puck. Falk with a shot, and getting a piece of that was Zbynek McCulloch on the block, and it's cleared down the length of the ice.
Well, how about that block by Zbynek McCulloch? And we talk about it, I know, every single night, but what he means to this hockey club, those are the little things that make you win games.
7 straight with at least one power play tally, the Carolina Hurricanes, when they come out here. Schlemko will try to get it around. Unable to get it out that time was Halpern. Halpern, McCulloch, along with Schlemko and Swartz, the penalty killers. And Jordan Swartz will send one down the length of the ice. Has he been good?
Yeah, he's been really good. He's one of those guys, in the face of adversity here, all the bodies out of the lineup, that has gotten another opportunity to eat up more minutes on that penalty kill, and he's taking advantage.
Back it over the line. Toulouse will chase it down, denied by Smith, and cleared by Mike Smith all the way back.
Mike Smith, outstanding job getting to that puck before it hit that trapezoid.
Jordan Staal fails, and Murphy will clear. So Ryan Murphy now for Carolina will set it up. Derby, Staal, and Semin out there, the forward unit here on the power play for Kirk Muller. Into the corner, Schlemko, and he clears down the length of the ice.
It's one and done right now. Carolina, you can see the frustration starting to build as Jordan Staal goes off the bench. A little bit of frustration. The gate slams.
Still not a shot on this power play. Manny Malhotra sends one in. He gets one there, and it's covered up by goaltender Mike Smith.
Well, we just talked about Zbynek McCulloch, and I can't tell you how much this hurts, but this is just in his DNA. There's no hesitation. He drops, sucks it up, closes his eyes, and takes that shot. I mean, that hurts. It's all about ice bags, and nobody on this team goes through more ice bags than Zbynek McCulloch. If you look at, he's averaging 3 blocks a game. And the players recognize it. Most importantly, the coaches recognize it.
3 blocks, one of the league leaders in that category, and I would imagine the ice bags as well, Tess.
Yeah.
Eric Staal chased out of the circle, so in to take it is Tuomo Ruutu. Schlemko will wrap it around, and it's cleared all the way back. They've got Hainsey out there now with Tim Gleason late here in the power play that is now over, and so the Coyotes kill it off. Carolina with 1 shot on their man advantage as this one's knocked away in a smart play by Yandel, and now the Coyotes will go reset. McCulloch through center, chipped along that time by Ekman-Larsson. Hainsey will give it off in the corner and play it all the way back to center ice. Vrbata for Yandel, got one towards the net. Tim Kennedy that time a little bit in the vicinity there before the puck ends up in the corner. And now clearing it all the way back to the Hurricanes, and this is going to be an icing call here against Carolina. Well, Sunday, the second-ranked Syracuse Orange head to Madison Square Garden to take on the St. John's Red Storm in an early season showdown and renewal of their classic rivalry. Coverage begins noon Eastern, 10 here in Phoenix, only on Fox Sports 1. Face-off will mark this one to the right of Justin Peters. Early on, in case you're joining us late, Paul Bissonnette with his first of the season from Murphy and Halpern. And that's given the Coyotes the 1-0 lead. Room for Vermette as he flips it along. Bodker with a shot up high. Peters got it. And now the puck into the corner. And a good battle there between Kyle Chipchura and Radek Dvorak.
Nice shot there by Mikkel Bodker. Earlier in the season, he was always looking to pass. Right now, the confidence you can see is just overflowing. He's got 6 points in his last 5 games. 9 goals now on the season for Bodker.
Back to center. And in over the line, a shot blocked away that time by Schlemko. Gervie will work it in behind the net. 2 Coyotes down low. Dvorak will take it away. It rides up on Smith. He made the save. Now Gervie into the corner. Plays it around. Good keep by Falk. Back to Gervie as he works the left wing side. Turn to the front, but Schlemko there. Easy play for him to skate it out of the zone. And he'll loft one into the Carolina end of the ice.
It's time for a little bit more offensive zone time again. Reestablish that forecheck. I haven't seen a whole lot of time in the O zone except for Paul Bissonnette's line.
Out of the zone, back to center. Ryan Murphy will send the other way. Coyotes to set it up. Dave Moss now. Into the corner for Klinkhammer. He's going to go after it against Ryan Murphy, and Murphy will strip him of the puck.
And sure enough, Dave Tippett just called on Jeff Halpern and Paul Bissonnette.
Why not? Ryan Murphy, and a good point by you. They have been the line, the fourth line that has given this team the spark on the Bissonnette goal. They played very well in the opening period.
Well, it's been a mismatch. That Halpern line against that Maholtra, Bowman, and Dwyer line.
Good takeaway there by Ekman Larson. Coyotes will look to get it out, and they do. Ribeiro back through center ice, intended that time for Klinkhammer. Swartz stays out. Halpern and Bissonnette out there as well. Smith will steer to the corner. Swartz tries to get it out. Good keep by Hainsey on his back end. And now Connor Murphy will set it up in behind the net. Got it back to center. Hainsey will take it away. Well, Hainsey backing over the line, but Yandel is there, and we get a whistle here on the offside. Early on, Paul Bissonnette, his first of the season. Coyotes with a 1-0 lead.
You miss him obviously on the ice and his, his leadership and everything. But I think guys, everybody's doing a good job by rallying around him and trying to get some wins. So it's not too hard on him when he's out.
As Keith Yandel with our Geico quote of the game on missing the captain, Shane Doan. And guys, under full disclosure, like you mentioned, and we said in the pregame show, he is at the game here tonight. In fact, he was in the hallway where we stand to do our between periods interviews, and he saw the Paul Bissonnette goal. And a little bit later on, we'll have for you. He said for us to go check a certain stat. So just to give you an idea how connected he still is, even though he's not playing, and he's ill. He's pointing out numbers for us to drop about Paul Bissonnette scoring a goal. That's your captain. I think that sums up Shane Doan in a nutshell, doesn't it?
Yeah, nobody's happier than the captain, Shane Doan. He recognizes what Paul Bissonnette does on a daily basis, going out and the job that he has to do. That is not a fun job, I can tell you that.
I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not just saying this, but I have never seen a captain quite like Shane Doan. He's been unbelievable to me in my 2.5 years here, and hopefully back in the lineup very, very soon as this one is thrown to the front. Now out with it is Ruutu. Back it over the line and holding, and a shot by Falk is denied that time. Locked out high. Guess who? Zbynek McCulloch. Behind the net, Ruutu locked up. Also in there, Oliver Ekman Larson. Eric Stahl down low, 2 for Carolina. Now McCulloch will try to move it around. Sekera locked up there, trying to get it out. Tim Kennedy. Sekera has it, and they'll look to set it up. Rolling down towards 4 minutes remaining in this opening period tonight from Jobbing.com. Cleared back to center ice. Tim Kennedy just trying to advance it. Now a stretch pass there for Kirby, broken up partially by Connor Murphy, picked off here by Kyle Chipchura. And it's Antoine Vermette with it. Over the line, they drop it. Holding Chipchura out high. Murphy Murphy with a shot. Rebound. Oh, and Chipchura had a wide open look that was deflected off a stick and out of play.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but another good shot from the point. The youngster, Connor Murphy. And this is how the Paul Bissonnette goal ended up in the back of the net. Good work down low by this fourth line. Halpern to Connor Murphy, and stop it here, boys. Right here, right through the redirect. Boom, boom. Heads up play by Connor Murphy. Paul Bissonnette goes hard to the net. Gets rewarded his first goal since November 19th, 2011. And it was a big one.
Play back at center ice. Connor Murphy is with it. By the way, during the break, you had a nice conversation going with linesman Don Henderson.
Yeah, Hendy was chirping me about my shoes.
Oh, Hendy, you guys are tight.
Well, he's protected me on a lot of nights, I can tell you that.
All the way back, turnover here. Chad Semin tried to work it to the front. Hainsey was there, but he was tied up. Now a shot goes through the crease, and the Coyotes will look to move it along. Bodker now brings it back and over the line. He holds. Yandel will chop it into the corner for Chipchura. And taken away by Jordan Stahl, and the former Penguin will bring it along. It's canceled out that time by Yandel. Jordan Stahl looks a little slow here in the first period as Antoine Vermette flipped this one back. Well, Connor Murphy and Semin.
Bodker and Semin going at it.
Yeah.
Gotta love that.
Ryan Murphy
getting in the kitchen.
And cleared out of there and flipped along. Racing after it is Moss. And Murphy will turn the other way for Manny Malhotra. What a story. Went to Charlotte in the American Hockey League on a tryout, hoping that maybe he'd get a look for Carolina. And he's now played 21 games for the Hurricanes as it's moved right back and over the line. And Klinkhammer can't set it up, and it's Malhotra to take it away. And the former Vancouver Canuck in over the line. Looks to drop it to the front. Good stick that time. Schlemko breaking it up. And Ribeiro now with the puck. David Schlemko's had a pretty good sequence of games here over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. Perhaps this one around, can't get it out. Eric Stahl with a shot, and a stop there by Mike Smith. Hey, just a reminder, fans, when the Coyotes win, you win at Papa John's the day after every Coyotes win. Celebrate with 50% off your online order at papajohns.com by typing in promo code Coyotes. Offer only available online on regular menu prices.
Well, Coyotes spending way too much time in their own zone. A couple turnovers. The last one by Schlemko. Can't afford to turn that puck over to this top line of Skinner, Stahl, and Ruutu.
Sekera plays it to the corner. Ekman Larsson. And it's chipped back to center by Marty Hansel before firing it right back into the Canes. 1:36 remaining in the opening period. Sekera trying to set it up outside that zone. Nearly an offside. Yep, it is an offside, and so the faceoff will come out.
Coyotes trying for that hard rim. That's the second time. Carolina almost picked that last one off, too. There's going to be some adjustments that are going to be needed to be made on the Phoenix side in between periods. Carolina seems to have the book on them right now, and that's what hockey is. It's all about adjustments as the game goes along, and nobody does it better than Dave Tippett.
Jordan Stahl on the draw, gets Martin Hansel. 11-9. The shots favoring the Coyotes here. The goal by Bissonnette so far the difference. Ron Hainsey now for Carolina. Send one in and around the boards for Keith Yandel. And it's cleared all the way back to center. And this one goes over the glass and out of play. Neither of these two teams, Tyson, if you look at it from the season-long perspective, have had a lot of success in first periods. Carolina a minus 14 goal differential for their head coach Kirk Muller. Coyotes a minus 11. That's goals for as opposed to goals against.
And it's so important for the Phoenix Coyotes. Their first periods, getting that first goal, which they have here tonight. Let's see how that plays out. They score that first goal. They're 13-2-1.
Vermette trying to get it out. Sekera takes it away. Shot on and deflected right to goaltender Mike Smith.
And also on top of that, when the Coyotes are leading after one period, they're 10-0. They got lots of work to do here, and Carolina's Really coming with a big push. Another turnover by the Coyotes. That time it was Antoine Vermette. This is what you have to stay away from. Go behind the back, errant pass. Coyotes forwards are blowing the zone. That pass right now is being picked off. That's the third shift in a row. Carolina has stepped up and kept that play alive.
And the Carolina Hurricanes in this opening period, as we roll under a minute remaining in it, they look a lot better tonight than what we saw in October and early October in that afternoon game in Raleigh. Out of the zone, Justin Falk. And now all the way back. We're down to 38 seconds here in the opening period. This was played all the way back by Kyle Chipchura. Into the corner. Sekera will let this one go all the way back to center ice. Carolina will get it back and over the line with 25 to go in the opening period. And Mike Ribeiro will clear this one out of the zone.
Well, nice job there by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Every time Stahl is on the ice, Oliver Ekman-Larsson is right there in his kitchen, in his grill, not allowing him any time and space. And as I mentioned, the frustration starting to build. He just broke his stick on the bench.
5 seconds into the corner, Jordan Stahl, but this one's going to be taken away by Ribeiro, and he'll get it out as the horn sounds, ending the opening period. Coming up, Todd will visit with a goal scorer, Paul Bissonnette. Paul Goldschmidt of the Arizona Diamondbacks will pay a visit to the booth. We'll also have our stats and highlights. So your thoughts on the opening 20 here tonight, Tyson?
Well, Paul Bissonnette, that's the story of the first period. It's that offensive zone time, the forechecking pressure of the fourth line. We talked about balance, the open of the show, and it paid off here again in the first.
So the Coyotes with a 1-0 lead at the end of one, courtesy of Paul Bissonnette. Shots on goal, 11 for the Coyotes, 10 for the Carolina Hurricanes. Stick around, Biz Nasty with Todd Walsh right after this. That's Paul Goldschmidt, everybody, and you'll be able to watch him all summer long as a member patrolling that first base with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And that's Paul Bissonnette, the goal scorer, the only goal scorer so far in this hockey game. That is going to have to dig down a little deeper. Carolina had a real solid first period.
All right, underway here for the second period as the Coyotes will try to bring it in as it's played in behind the net by Tim Kennedy. And this one sent towards the front. Big thanks to Paul Goldschmidt for joining us here. And, you know, ball player, but he's big in the community around the valley. Done all sorts of community work. $100,000 to the Phoenix Children's Hospital. What a nice guy.
That's awesome. That's so great to see.
I love the humble athletes, the humility, and Paul Goldschmidt really cut out of the same cloth as Shane Doan. I gotta say now, I can't wait to watch him play next year. I'm going to become a Diamondbacks fan.
Well, I'm a huge fan. I can tell you that already. Just seeing that.
Played out of the zone and all the way back to center. Coyotes, meanwhile, underway here in the opening minute of this second period, holding a 1-0 lead on the goal by Paul Bissonnette. And out of the zone, flipped all the way back and then over the line, Jay Harrison, and Phil try to get one towards the net. And now the Coyotes will push it out, and it's cleared out of the zone by Martin Hansel back to center. Of course, you can watch the Arizona Diamondbacks right here on Fox Sports Arizona all season long as Kennedy will bring it back and over the line. Played in behind the net. Connor Murphy's going to try to set it up on that right wing side. And now play back to the line and into the corner. Good play there by the youngster Murphy. And now Nathan Gerby can't handle it as it's played back, and David Schlemko inside of his own zone. Bodker with it. Gets it in over the line. Chipchura right to the front. Good stick there by Hainsey.
Well, Bodker has that puck right in the middle of the ice. He elects to put it outside. That's where you got to shoot that puck. Let her fly. He's got the hot stick right now. He had 2 goals the other night.
Zbynek McCulloch chases this down against Skinner. And cleared all the way back to center. Vermette now. And McCulloch to set it up. Coyotes 1, Carolina no score. Yuri Tlusty picks it off for Carolina. Over the line, Manny Malhotra sends one in behind the net. McCulloch will take that one away. Moss now trying to deflect it out. Good work along the boards that time by Tlusty. Smith runs into problems, nearly put home.
That's the second time tonight Mike Smith behind the net has got caught.
Into the corner now. Sekera goes down low. In behind the net on the wrapper on that stop by Smith.
And this is preparation by the Carolina Hurricanes. Knowing what Mike Smith loves to do, that's get out and play every puck. And they've really taken advantage and jumped on him.
Justin Falk loses it, goes in behind the net. Sekera will try to get it out. Broken up. Chance in front, just sent wide that time by Ribeiro. And that was all created by the down low pressure of Dave Moss, who works hard in the corner. Dave Moss in a battle with Sekera in front. A shot left circle by Klinkhammer is stopped by Peters.
How about that hit there by Ribeiro that set up that last chance?
Now Ekman Larsson down low, try to get it in front. Stone will work it down low behind the net. Right there is Dave Moss. This is Sekera.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about. This is what the Coyotes need more of.
They go low to high to the front. It's loose in the crease, covered by Peters. And we'll get a whistle.
Oh, beautiful shot there by Stone. That was going way wide. Ribeiro was out far to the left. Puck gets back to the point. Oliver Ekman Larsson to Stone. The redirect by Ribeiro. Peters had no idea. And then here was the fumble by Mike Smith. Doesn't happen often. He just gets his paddle down along that goal line to stop this puck from going into the back of the net. Nice job by Vermette helping out as well, knowing his goaltender was in trouble. 12 saves tonight. Didn't have a lot of work the other night in that win against the Islanders. Still trying to find his game. Looks sharp here tonight.
Face off to the right of Peters. Jordan Stahl. To the line, Yandel. Into the corner, Bissonnette's going to chase it down low, but it's turned the other way. And out of the zone, Semin hits the trailer. Wide is Harrison with a shot that's blocked out high. Connor Murphy got a stick on that one. Coyotes are going to try to reset it out of the zone, and Paul Bissonnette goes right back after it. Well, he's flying tonight, pointed out by you early on after he scored his first of the season, Tyson.
Well, and Dave Tippett recognized it. And it's not even about that goal. It's just about the way he's playing, the energy he's bringing, and the chances that he's creating. And Dave Tippett gets it. He knows it. Sometimes it's going to be Mike Ribeiro, and he's going to get rewarded. But sometimes it's a guy like Paul Bissonnette, and he's getting rewarded here tonight. Some coaches, they just don't get it. And I was in that situation. You're out there, you're playing, you're feeling it, and then you don't play for another 10 minutes. But you have it. And not very often did I have it.
To the front. And now a shot is on and handled that time by Mike Smith. While we have this chance, let's take a look at tonight's Taco Bell Twitter poll. What's your favorite holiday song? Is it Jingle Bells, White Christmas, maybe Silent Night? How about Santa Claus is coming to town? I won't sing, Tyson, I promise.
Please don't. Oh.
Use the hashtag to each corresponding choice and tweet your vote to @FoxSportsAZ.
That's good.
I'll sing on the plane for you on the way to Montreal.
I can't wait. That's one thing I'm going to miss. Being on the road, you miss all that family time and the lead up to Christmas, the lights, the music, all that stuff. So, yeah, you better get up, maybe sit on my lap and sing me a song.
It's the broadcast family that you'll be with.
Yes.
The puck will be played into the corner. I understand there's a big group going to see the Anchorman premiere when we get to Ottawa. As the puck will be in behind the net. Oliver Ekman Larsson thrown to the front. Verbato will take that one away. Kennedy that time couldn't get it past Eric Stahl. Good read that time by Stahl, but it's turned the other way. And Radim Verbato, the one-time Carolina Hurricane, will get it back in. Gives it to Hansel. Hansel trying to drag that off his skate. Goes right back after and keeps the zone. Here's a chance. Kennedy, he shoots and a stop. Justin Peters. And we'll get a face-off.
Good defense by the Phoenix Coyotes. Radim Verbata continuing to frustrate that top line of Skinner, Stahl, and Ruutu. Taking away that time and space. Good defense leads the offense. And they come back the other way. Kennedy just throws it on Peters. And Hansel and Vrbata sniffing for any sort of rebound. Okay, look at Stahl and his points.
Got off to a slow start. He's been better as of late as this one's thrown to the middle, and Andre Sekera will get it out.
That's 16 points in his last 15 games.
Smith, and this one over the glass and out of play.
Still, Skinner's the story on that line for me. 7 goals in his last 6 games. 11 goals total on the season and 9 points in his last 6 games as well. So dangerous. He can score. Dave Tippett coached him at the World Championships. A very dynamic player, he called him. Turning into a real elite player in the National Hockey League.
Yandel locked up there by Alexander Semin. Now Jordan Stahl will take it away before it goes right to the Coyotes, and back through center as Bodker is chasing it into the corner as Kyle Chipchura plays it back out high. Connor Murphy tried to get it towards the front. That goes wide. Puck played back to center ice. Good stick for Met, but now backing over the line with it is Harrison, and we'll get a whistle here on the offsides. Well, do you want a chance to win Coyotes tickets? Come out to the pre- and post-game set every home game and bring your signs. The best sign will win a pair of Coyotes tickets. And there will be a sign-making station there as well. We've had a lot of fun with the signs. Saw some great ones out on the plaza tonight. And that sign choosing the winner usually falls on the shoulders of our very own Todd Walsh.
I was wondering when all that crayon and ink was all over Walsh's fingers today. He was desperate needs of tickets, I guess. All he's got to do is ask.
He was looking for a couple tonight, and unfortunately the pen leaked and all the way down, and we'll get an icing call here. A little chilly out on the concourse, I would imagine, for the Coyotes live after tonight's game. Coming up with yourself and Jody Jackson. I said, wow, they put a lot of time into that Nash sign there.
That might be, oh, here we go, eh? Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Oh, Riley Nash.
Oh, I gotcha. One for the truck.
I thought you know, when you made that sign, I thought you would remember your number, but played back by Bissonnette. Got it to center, Ruutu.
I had one. I just don't think I can use it on TV.
Stone now. Flipped out of there by Schwartz, and Kennedy will pick it up crossing center as he chips one in. Now Kennedy in the corner, just trying to make something out of nothing. Gets it in behind the net. He draws a penalty. And a bouncing puck. Carolina never had possession, but we get the whistle anyways on the hook. So Tim Kennedy getting that down low game going, and he draws a penalty. Coyotes power play when we come back.
Thanks, guys. We're here with Michael Stone. Obviously, no team really dominating this game early, but what did you guys like about your game in the first half and maybe some of the adjustments that have to be made?
Well, we had some good ozone time. Obviously, the fourth line got a big goal there. Hard-working shift down low. We just got to get more pucks at the net, quit playing the cutesy stuff with it in the zone, and just start throwing them on the net.
How big is this power play coming up for you guys?
Huge. Let's get some momentum from it. Hopefully we can get one.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
Arizona Lottery Powerball power play for the Coyotes as they'll work it to the far side for Ribeiro. Now Ribeiro back out high. Ekman Larsson and Keith Yandel now. To Ekman Larsson. Got one towards the net. Flipped on. And now Vrbata will take it away.
Radim Vrbata with the deflection off that Oliver Ekman Larsson shot.
Back out high, and Ribeiro now into the corner. Vrbata to the front, a shot, a stop, and a rebound. Hansel can't buy it.
Yeah, keep your eye on Martin Hansel and the job that he's doing in front of Peters.
Vrbata now to Ekman Larsson. Yandel has it. Flips it right back. Ekman Larsson, rocket over the top of the net. Coyotes trying to set it up. Ron Hainsey. And this one's cleared away by Yuri Talusti. 2 shots so far for the Coyotes with a minute remaining in their power play.
Now the Coyotes' last 2 games have gone 2 for 6. A big part of why they've won those 2 games. Love to get something established here and a little separation.
Yandel got it to the line, but he got checked off the play. And Lachlan Larson to set it up.
7 power play goals in their last 6 games on home ice for Phoenix.
And sent right back down the link by Jay Harrison. So Keith Yandel will play it with 25 to go on the power play. Antoine Vermette tried to get it across that time, but it's cleared out. And Mikkel Bodker back against Nathan Gerbe. As David Schlemko will settle it down. Just a dozen seconds remaining in the man advantage. Jay Harrison in behind that, met there by Dave Moss. Nathan Gerbe will look up the ice, blocked away by Stone. He'll take a shot, and that's stopped by Peters. So he preaches what he talks about as this one is sent by Vermette and played out of there. 2 shots on that power play that is now over, but good to see Michael Stone shooting from the point as we get a whistle here on the icing call.
Yeah, the turnover by Gerbe and Moss in front, just like Martin Hansel right there. Radim Vrbata brings guys to him, knows that Hansel is eventually going to be open. And there was the tip by Radim Vrbata as Peters takes it right in the chicklets. Peters has been good, real good. 18 shots so far in this game for the Coyotes, only beaten once off that redirection by Paul Bissonnette. Really weathered a storm there from the Coyotes with a couple of real good, only 2 or 3 shots on that power play, but some pretty good scoring chances. Now the Coyotes are going to the box as Harrison took a high stick.
And a 2-on-1 the other way and over the line, holding and shooting, and scoring that time was Nathan Gerbe. And the former Boston College product is tied it at 1.
Well, this one's going to sting too. There's a delayed penalty coming up. Gerbe's 7th goal of the season, and this is a beauty. Keith Yandel just trying to be in between. Gerbe just brings it. I think he uses Keith Yandel a little bit as a screen. Little toe drag, pulls it in and lets it go and beats Mike Smith just below the glove, posting in. It's a perfectly placed shot by Gerbe and a big goal for the Hurricanes. We just talked about it. No team really dominating and controlling this game. At some point, someone's got to take charge.
Bodker will bring it back and over the line. When we talked about the 23 faceoffs in the opening period, there wasn't much flow. And out of the zone it goes as Carolina will bring it right back to the line, but they're offside. So another whistle here with 10:54 remaining.
Coyotes get caught once again. Up ice. They lose the battle along the boards. Murphy tries to hold that puck in, and away they go. Gerbe wins the foot race. Really nothing Keith Yandel could do there. That was just a beautiful play by Gerbe to use Yandel as a screen. Pulls it in and lets it go.
So the face-off outside the Coyotes blue line. Gerbe getting his 7th. And assisting on the goal, Eric Stahl, along with defenseman Tim Gleason. Chance here for 7. That shot was blocked away, and Jordan Stahl will try to move it along. Taken away into the corner that time by Martin Hansel.
This is a perfect road game for Carolina. They're just hanging around in this game. Nothing fancy, nothing flashy. Really doing a nice job in the neutral zone as well.
Hansel got it to the front and covered up that time by Justin Peters, and now all sorts of pushing and shoving. And Ron Haynes is going to go with somebody, or he wants to go with somebody.
That's Radim Vrbata. Haynes, he drops the gloves, I think. Radim Vrbata was looking for something too, and I think it's only going to be one guy, according to the referee, if I can read lips. And here comes the shot, saved by Peters, and Radim Vrbata just comes in with the cross check on Hainsey and then ends up hitting him right here with his stick. As of right now, it's still just Radim Vrbata in the box as Hainsey drops the mitts.
Hainsey's a big guy, but he's not a fighter.
Either it was Radim Vrbata. But I think he wanted him. I think he wanted a dance.
Hainsey is
Still chirping at Radim Vrbata. So he's going to the box too. So it's 2-2.
Connecticut native Ron Hainsey.
So let me get this straight. It's Paul Bissonnette scoring the goals. And it's Radim Vrbata dropping the gloves.
You pretty much got that right. Well, they continue to sort it, and I wonder if Dave Tippett is wondering how there isn't an extra 2.
Well, there is an extra 2, and it's going to Radim Vrbata.
Well, why not an extra 2 for dropping the gloves?
Well, that's maybe why Dave Tippett is not a happy man right now on the bench. I think he's still fuming over that delay of game penalty that wasn't called on Riley Nash in that first period. So now the Coyotes have another big kill.
Cross check and a rough for Vrbata and a rough for Hainsey. So the face off to the right of Mike Smith. They'll flip it to the line. Sekera. Sekera out high. Gives it to Skinner. Skinner shoots. He's stopped that time by Smith. Into the corner now. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. And he's trying to get it out. Still battling for the loose puck.
Good pressure. This is when the Coyotes are engaged. You can tell on their penalty kill. Any bobble of the puck, they're jumping on it. Short shifts to keep that pace up.
Eric Stahl will play it along to Sekera. Now Eric Stahl backing over the line as he'll dump one in behind. Mike Smith looks up ice. He clears all the way down the lane.
Nice
Nobody better.
Yeah, nice job there by Mike Smith. That's why you don't mind a couple bobbles, as we saw early in this hockey game, because of plays like that.
Sekera still out. He brings it in over the line. He'll play it in behind the net.
How good has Sekera been for Carolina here tonight?
Skinner has it. Now Semin. Semin got it to the front. Halpern will try to take it away to the corner. And played right back in behind the net by Eric Stahl as he moves it to Sekera at the point. Tomo Ruutu with it. 42 to go on the power play. Skinner now working the right wing boards. Across now. Well, holding on to it is Semin. Tries to get it back out high. Ruutu is there. Plays it into the corner. Ekman-Larsson had to leave it there as Skinner will play it out of the right wing corner. Jeff Skinner, red hot. #1 star in the league this week. His shot blocked away. Semin, and now Ruutu. Ruutu thought about it, sets it up for Skinner. Now Skinner, he fanned on it. Right there to take it away is Schwartz, and he'll send down the length of the ice with 5 left in the penalty.
Well, and that's a good thing. Those two forwards, along with Oliver Ekman-Larsson and McCulloch, had nothing in the tank. They could barely get back to the bench to change.
Penalty is over. Chipchura is out of the box.
Murphy goes in hard.
Chipchura had been serving the extra 2 to Radim Vrbata, who sits for approximately 145. The puck will be moved all the way back through center for Antoine Vermette, but he can't handle the biscuit. And it's moved right back and over the line. Jordan Stahl got it to the front. Nobody there for Carolina. And this one over the glass and out of play. Good penalty kill just moments ago. 1-1 tie.
Back is our Schwartz laser eye center view from the ice, and it's all about the tenacity of Oliver Ekman-Larsson on this penalty kill. We talked about how you got to be aggressive. You see Carolina bobble the puck, you jump on it. You don't hesitate, and you make sure you get that puck all the way down the ice. And that's something that Oliver Ekman-Larsson has really added to his game. Yes, very offensive, good defensive, but he plays with an edge as well. He's not a big guy, but he can bring it physically. Good use of his stick. He'll whack and hack you, I can tell you that. Little bite.
So the penalty kill is perfect so far here tonight. And What a lift that would be if you could keep the power play numbers right where they are, Tyson, and get that PK up about 5 or 6 points.
You look down that stretch when the Coyotes were struggling, and a big reason for it was because of their penalty kill.
Grayson Bowman in the corner. Malhotra sends in behind the net. Patrick Dwyer all over it. Dwyer will play it out of the left wing corner. He lost it, but the Canes will work it in behind the net. Danny Malhotra after it, taken away momentarily. He goes right back, and now Hansel behind the net. Coyotes will get it out. Rolling puck to center ice. Stone sends one into the corner. Moss is there.
A perfect dump there by Stone. He looked up, he saw Dave Moss had speed and was going to be able to get to that loose puck. He hard rims it right to him.
That's center now, and nice little move there by Bodker for Ribeiro. Right on, loose rebound, and scooped up.
What a save by Peters. It was Klinkhammer. Right there in the blue paint, the rebound drops right on his tape. Ribeiro just throws it at the net. Right here, big juicy rebound. You look at Klinkhammer, nobody picks him up. Peters snatches that one out of midair. The mitt.
Off the draw and a battle for it along the boards. Bodker and Ruutu comes free. Ekman Larsson, wrist shot. Good stick there by Eric Stahl. Out of the line. Unable to keep that time was McCulloch. Over the line for Tuomo Ruutu. McCulloch all the way back. He'll play it in behind the net, but right to the stick of Eric Stahl. And the Coyotes will try to move it along. Bodker, boy, I agree with you, Tyson. The Carolina Hurricanes have elevated their game. They played a very good road game here tonight in Glendale.
This is a perfect road game. They're hanging around. We see the Coyotes do this night in and night out. And this is what you preach. Nothing fancy. Make sure you don't have any costly turnovers. Make the other team work for everything. And that's what they're doing tonight. The Coyotes unable to establish that forecheck and push the pace of this hockey game.
End of a long road trip, too, for Carolina. They were in Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton. But when they go home, and they'll go home tonight, they're not due back in Raleigh till about 4 in the morning, but they're going to have pretty much the entire week off before they play Washington next Friday night. Yandel with it. Tried to go to the corner that time, Chipchura. And so you like to talk about emptying the tank and emptying the bag. They're doing that here tonight in a 1-1 tie. Vermette.
Their coverage has been exceptional as well. They're not getting fooled by the Keith Yandel stuff on that back end.
Sent wide of the glove that time of Peters. And played out of the zone back through center. Gordon Stahl will send one in behind the net looking for Alex Semin. And now Moss tries to get it out of the zone. He does. This one played right back in. And now Yandel races it across center. Good coverage on him that time by Malhotra. Walk up in the corner to Lusti. A one-on-one with Klinkhammer. Played out of the zone and all the way back to center. Good stick Schlemko there. And now Klinkhammer will take it away. We got Submarine that time. Puck play back to center. Another good play by Schlemko to break it up with a long stick there, and it's played right back.
Yeah, old school hip check there. There's Murphy. Klinkhammer didn't like it.
4:06 remaining in the second. Rivero backhands deep. Klinkhammer a heavy hit. Freed in front. A shot and a stop that time. Bodker point blank on Peters.
Peters has been real good, as you need your goaltender to be on the road when the legs maybe aren't 100% there.
5 straight allowing 2 or less.
He's given the Coyotes nothing.
Hands over the line. He shoots and a glove save that time by Peters.
Yeah, he made that look easy. That was ripped. That was a bullet by Hansel.
Ekman Larsson will play it in behind the net. Carolina had been rotating their 2 goaltenders, but I don't blame Kirk Muller at all for going back to Justin Peters here tonight in Glendale. Out of the zone it goes. Kennedy now. Kennedy looking for some help on that left wing side. In behind the net, Hansel that time. But it's turned the other way, and Eric Stahl will bring it back quickly. Over the line, Stahl still with a puck. Dangle move to the front. Got upended, wanted a penalty, nothing called.
Should have got a penalty there as Stahl just walked around Connor Murphy. Beautiful move. Oh, now they get Schwartz.
So the makeup call, delayed call here. Over the line, Schwartz will take it away. And we will get a hook. They didn't get the first, they got the second. 1-1 here tonight in Glendale.
Welcome back, and you take a look at Oliver Ekman-Larsson doing a great job directing traffic. He's talking to Mikkel Bodker. He's going to come here and play this guy. He wants Bodker to play this guy. And here he goes, directed traffic. I got him. Take a look over your shoulder. Nice job there. Communication is the key.
Good sequence there for the Coyotes. They get a face-off to the right of Mike Smith.
Heads up play there. McCulloch and Ruutu going at it a little bit here. Coyotes need a little jump here, a little life. First they got to kill off this Schwartz penalty.
The flow in the first was both ways not stellar. Okay.
No.
And you know, maybe you call it's more like a road period, but I agree. They're definitely flat.
Yeah, they need some life here in a big way. Maybe they get something here if they can kill this penalty. They got to keep out of the box, more importantly.
So they lean on the penalty kill again here in the second period. Forced out that time. Great job, Dave Moss. And that'll force a face-off here outside the zone.
Yeah, second effort. Moss battling with Skinner. I think he wanted a call. Felt like he was hooked on the play. I think he was. But that's what the penalty kill's all about. It's all ball bearings. Roll the sleeves up and go to work.
Canes and Sekera to set it up, and across it goes, and in over the line for a Skinner before it's forced out.
Neutral zone faceoffs are tough on the power play because you have no speed. You're standing still trying to gain that blue line.
Coyotes still without a shorty this season.
Now Carolina with 6 shorthanded goals, all on the road.
Moss trying to get it out. He gave it away there. Eric Stahl back out high. Skinner shoots. And Mike Smith bails him out. Well, Fry's Food Stores presents New Yotes Eve on December the 31st when the Edmonton Oilers come to town for a 7 o'clock start. The first 10,000 fans get an exclusive Coyotes tuxedo t-shirt from Fry's. Call 480-563-PUCK or visit PhoenixCoyotes.com. I think they had to steal that out of your wardrobe closet.
Easy.
We've seen them. They're sharp.
You got a rental on tonight, so I'm not sure you're going to be talking. Let's hope this game doesn't go into overtime. You got to get that back.
That's right. I don't want to have to pay the extra day. Ryan Murphy out of the zone for Carolina and across. Jordan Stahl will get it deep. Hansel trying to take it away. Forward work along with Connor Murphy, and here come the Canes as they'll set it up back out high for Murphy. Now Murphy for Talusti. Talusti holding on to it. Tries to go down low, comes in front. Oh, they had a wide open 7. Couldn't get him to the puck, and the play goes all the way back to center.
Yeah, nice job there between Schlemko and Connor Murphy. That allows Stahl to take that puck and open up, put it over that blocker on Mike Smith with that big reach of his.
Halpern with a nice job there, and this forces Carolina back to their own blue line.
Again, no speed in the neutral zone.
Very slow to get developed as we go under a minute remaining here in this second period.
Problem is Schlemko and Connor Murphy have been out there for a long time.
Knocked away. Maybe a chance for Vermette shorthanded. Could this be it? Vermette! It's underneath Peters.
Oh, it just squeaked through his legs and out the other side. Peters, I don't think had any idea where that puck went.
Kirby the other way. Good stick, Ekman-Larsson. But it's Nathan Gerby controlling the puck, and he sends one on, and Smith makes the save.
Well, let's take a look at this. Antoine Vermette tries to open the garage door and put it between the legs. Comes in, backhand, forehand. There's that puck, just squeaks eventually through the pads of Peters as he slides out the other way. Peters has got it singing tonight. He is in a zone. 25 shots, 24 saves.
McCulloch and Bodker. Well, Bodker loses it. Comes down low. Skinner tried to get it in front. This one's going to be knocked away and cleared out. Gleason touches it. 18 to go in the period. Good lock-up play along the boards by Bodker. Tried to get it to the front that time for Antoine Vermette. And it's cleared all the way back as Skinner and McCulloch race for the loose puck. 6 seconds to go. Good read there by Smith. And Bodker will force it all the way up the ice. That's going to do it here for the second period. Well, coming up, Todd will chat with Dave Moss. We'll reveal top 10 moment number 6 in Jobbing.com arena history. And we'll also have our stats and highlights from the second period. End of 2 tonight at Jobbing.com. Missing that for the Coyotes. Gerby in the second period for the Canes. And we're all tied at 1. All right, so those are the comments of Coyotes captain Shane Doan saying he's feeling better by the day. He rode the bike for 10 minutes. Well, the Coyotes certainly would love to have him back in the lineup ASAP as the third period of play is underway. Tim Kennedy into the corner. And this one's going to be played by Skinner as he looks to flip it out.
All right, I know all teams go through it, but I'll tell you what, this team, it's remarkable how they have really done without some of their key pieces in their lineup, their leadership on a 2-game win streak right now. I'd love to pull this one off and get some more healthy bodies back there. And Morris skated today as well. Be nice to see big number 53 back in the lineup. They have missed him, but it's guys like Antoine Vermette that have really stepped up. Mike Ribeiro, 9 points in his last 6 games. Klinkhammer the other night had a 3-point night. Mikkel Bodker had a 2-goal game. Now they just need a little bit here to finish this game off in the third period.
2 years ago when the Coyotes had that magical run into February after that disappointing game against Anaheim, they had all hands on deck. I remember they were playing shorthanded for part of that, but they had contributions from different guys on a nightly basis, and that was a big part of that long run of wins that really helped to propel them to that Pacific Division title and into the playoffs. And the Coyotes are trying to put together a string here, including tonight, which would make it 3 straight.
That's what makes this team fun to play on, is that everyone plays a crucial role, and you're counted on. At the end of the game, you have to do your job, whether you're a fourth-line guy or a top-line guy that eats up big minutes. You have to be responsible.
Turnover here and back it over the line for Vermette to set it up. Now Vermette's going to try to fight through a check from Dwyer. Got it down low that time, intended for Bodker. Now Kyle Chipchura with it. Out high, Vermette with a shot over the top of Justin Peters. Good dig in the corner that time, Chipchura, but he couldn't come up with it. Dwyer now on the far boards. Tied up there by Antoine Vermette. Chipchura comes all the way across to help out as well. Well, Chipchura trying to go down low, but the Canes again, pretty good support there, and they can't get it out as Stonel sent it right to the net, and Peters sticks that aside.
Yeah, good coverage by the Canes in their own zone, really in all 3 zones.
Schlemko's wrister, and that up high on Peters. And it's turned the other way. One thing developing here tonight over the first couple of periods is when Carolina gives you an opportunity, Tyson, you still got to figure out a way to get it past a goaltender that's allowed 2 or fewer in 5 straight games.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. Peters has been the story here tonight for Carolina.
Let's take a look at tonight's cold, hard facts, and they're brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. A closer look at the Coyotes' blue line in terms of the offense. 22 goals from defenseman ties them this season with the Boston Bruins, and the Carolina Hurricanes on that list as well with 16.
They were in the lead for the longest time in that category. But I think as they've played better defense, those numbers will drop. Defense first all the time with Dave Tippett and this hockey club.
Keith Yandel, as of late, has provided the goal-scoring offense for the unit of 6. Big hit there, Hansel.
Yeah, that was on Nash again. Nash has been on his backside a couple times in this game.
Set in, and Smith will make the save, and he wants to clear it quickly for Radim Vrbata. This one's going to be an icing call. And that time, Mike Smith reading that Carolina was in a line change, and he wanted to try to get the quick up to number 17.
Just back to that point, by goals by defensemen. I think that it goes hand in hand. When you're scoring a lot of goals, that means you're giving up something defensively, and that's something Dave Tippett, yeah, he loves to see the goals, but it's always defense first with this team, and I think that's what they were getting away from.
And a goal off the faceoff. And it's Jeff Skinner. And it's 2-1 Carolina.
Oh, I didn't expect that. I apologize, partner, talking over your call, but a face-off loss. Skinner comes in and picks the puck up out of the feet of the Phoenix Coyotes right there. Nobody can get to that loose puck, but Skinner sure can. Now 8 goals in his last 7 games for the reigning player of the week. 12 goals on the season. Very opportunistic type player. Dave Tippett called him dynamic. Now gives the Hurricanes the lead.
Skinner is 12. Eric Stahl, the single assist at 3 minutes of this third period. Carolina now bring it back and over the line. Eric Stahl trying to get around the defender. It's set on, and the rebound is there. Smith got it as well. He got 2 of them.
How about the wheels of Stahl? Nobody walks around Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
Taken away by Chip Chura. We'll get it off the boards, and it clears back to center. So now the Coyotes find themselves trailing for the first time here this evening. Played right back in, and Mike Smith there. Moves it for McCulloch. And out of the zone it goes, Mike Ribeiro. Over the line, Klinkhammer, he shoots, stopped, rebound, Owen Fanning on the opportunity, Bodker. Jordan Stahl with it. Gets it over the line, Harrison with a shot deflected by Stone. And the Coyotes will up it quickly through center. 2-on-1 developing, Klinkhammer hits the trailer, it's Stone, he shoots, and a good stick there by Nathan Gerbe as we'll get a face-off.
Well, here's a look at Eric Stahl rumbling through the neutral zone. Gets that pass, away he goes. The big body, the big reach, just walks around Oliver Ekman-Larsson and then stops in front. Kids watching at home, he doesn't fly by the net, doesn't go for a skate, kicks that left leg out. No way he can defend against that. Tries to go upstairs on Mike Smith. But the most important part with that play is after he doesn't score, he stops in front.
Gary Talusti out of the zone trying to get around Stone that time, and the puck into the corner. Schlemko freed momentarily. They tried to set it up there in front for Bowman, and now back the other way for Moss. In over the line, he's got Klinkhammer with a shot, and a stop there by Peters.
Well, Klinkhammer got it going in this third period. Been quiet up till this point. Had a couple opportunities, a 2-on-1 last shift, and now a chance. Tries to put that up and over the left shoulder of Peters, and look at how square and confident Peters is making that save. That's a confident goaltender right now. That puck is looking like a beach ball.
Well, they've been rotating Peters and Cam Ward. I mentioned that earlier, and Peters is the one with all the numbers, the one with a hot hand, and he's having another stellar performance here tonight. Over the line, Nash with a shot and a stop there. Or excuse me, that was 7, and we'll get a whistle and a stoppage. Don't forget, 2013 holiday packs are still available. Choose a package that includes 4 games and an exclusive autographed mini stick starting at $118. Reserve yours today by calling 480-563-PUCK. Coyotes will next be on Jobing.com Arena Ice after this one on the 28th against the San Jose Sharks.
It seems like an eternity away.
We will head to that Eastern Canadian road trip here. Sent over the top of the net that time by Semin. I don't think he knew that Nathan Gerbe was right in front.
And that's why this game here tonight is so important. 4 straight on the road. Start with Montreal, who's been real good this year. Toronto, Ottawa, and then Buffalo. Not an easy road trip.
Sekera will send it in. He's had a great game on the blue line tonight for Kirk Muller's Canes. Halpern. And now Connor Murphy backing over the line. Intended that time for Halpern. Rolls off his stick. Peters behind the net. Tied up Halpern. Big hit there by Bissonnette. He'll go to the corner.
Bissonnette's lucky he didn't get a penalty there. He left his feet. Loved the hit. Left his feet a little bit. But he's just trying to get some momentum here for his hockey club.
4 minutes and 31 seconds of ice time. Rarely saw them in that second.
He typically doesn't play a whole lot in the third period with his team down by a goal. Shows you what Dave Tippett thinks about his game right now.
He has the lone tally here tonight for the Coyotes. Connor Murphy will bring it out. Verbata now on right wing and backing over the line, Tim Kennedy. Kennedy, nice little move, got it out high. Ekman Larson, oh, he broke his stick.
Oh, are you kidding me? Right from the ladies' tees, too.
Jay Harrison sent in. Smith covers, he'll get a face-off.
How about this pickup by Tim Kennedy off the boards? Doesn't lose a step, picks it up in stride. Look at the move on Murphy. Pulls him inside out and then drops it to Oliver Ekman Larson, who just leaned into this one. Right there, the stick snaps. That thing was labeled top shelf. That is frustrating. There's no way a stick should break like that in that situation. You see Oliver more than frustrated on the bench.
One of those nights. Talusti into the corner. Try to get a sharp angle that time on Smith. And he makes the save. Coyotes allowing a third period goal. 2-1 Canes. Time for the game summary, and early on it was the fourth line getting it done for the Coyotes as Paul Bissonnette got his first of the season. Canes then on a beautiful play by Nathan Gerbe would beat Mike Smith to tie it at 1. And then early on here in the third, eye over the shoulder of Mike Smith, Jeff Skinner for his 12th. And Justin Peters has been terrific in this hockey game, and he is our on-ice leader. That's brought to you by Mid-First Bank. Justin Peters has been sensational at just about every stop here tonight, Tyson.
Yeah, he's been so good. Making big stop after big stop. Rebound control has been sensational. Positioning, and he's getting a lot of help from his teammates in front of him, too. 30 saves tonight, but they're really cleaning up the garbage, not allowing second and third opportunities. And that's, as this game winds down, 13:55 to go, that's what the Coyotes need to create somehow. Getting those shots and then getting to those rebounds.
There's Paul Goldschmidt, Shane Doan having a conversation here tonight at Jobbing.com.
I can't believe how much better Shane Doan looks. He was looking a little rough the other day, Thursday. I sat down, breakfast with him. Looking a lot better. Good to see. See a smile back on that face of his.
Did you pick up the tab?
No.
He does look a lot better. And you can tell much better than when we saw him in Vancouver as Huckabee moved along, and now inside of his own zone, Talusti.
I knew he was sick because he picked up the tab.
Stone stretch pass in over the line. Moss, he'll steer it into the corner, but right there is Jordan Staal. Crowd trying to get the Coyotes going here. They trail at 2-1. Nathan Gerbe. Think about this, Tyson. Nathan Gerbe and Andre Sekera at one-time Buffalo Sabres. You think they could use them in Western New York right now?
Oh, my goodness. Especially Sekera. I can't believe how he's impressed me here tonight. Good offensive instincts, always jumping up in the rush.
And listen to me, hindsight. Mr. Hindsight here, but still two very, very impressive performances tonight from those Canes players. And Seminole flip one right back in on Smith. And he'll give it off. Flipped along by Martin Hansel. This is going to be an icing call when the whistle blows. Let's take a look at the results from tonight's Taco Bell Twitter poll. And 42% of you in a runaway tonight believe that Santa Claus is coming to town. I don't know if it was influenced by...
Because you're singing. Come on, give us a little
my
something.
partial singing of the song.
Give us something. They're asking for it.
Twitter is blowing up right now, wanting me to sing it. So you can make stuff up at any time, right, Tyson?
Well, yeah. This isn't radio, no matter.
Here's a chance, and Skinner fanned on it, but down low with it is Route 2, and they'll throw one back towards the net, and into the corner it goes for Eric Stahl. Stahl's been in on both Carolina goals here tonight. 2 assists as this one sent to the front. And now behind the net, Skinner, and it's taken away by Verbata. Verbata into the corner now. He'll chase down a loose puck. Now McCulloch pinching from that point.
I'd love to see this line get on the board. Tim Kennedy's doing everything in his power. Radim Verbata and Martin Hanzal. No points in the last 5 games for Hanzal and only 1 in his last 4 for Radim.
2 players that need to get going.
Well, they're counted on offensively.
Ekman Larsson lost it. In behind the net. And a quick shot over the top of the net by Malhotra. Chipchura lofts one into the neutral zone and back in over the Carolina blue line. Bodker and Jay Harrison are tied up. Into the corner for Chipchura. Now Chipchura back out high. Stone has it. And across. Bodker had to get it down low for Vermette.
A couple bad passes and it's done.
Coyotes trying to buzz a little here in the offensive zone before it's cleared out by Drayson Bowman. Bodker with it in over the line. We'll play it deep. Jordan Stahl had a pop in front. Jay Harrison, who's been good here tonight, will move it across center and dump one in. Smith wraps it around. Good keep there. They try to force it to the front, or it's batted away by Mike Smith. Moss trying to set it up. Penalty coming up here. Moss catching, I believe, Jordan Stahl up high with a stick.
He sells it. Accidental. No question. Look at right there. Just catches him under the visor.
Phoenix, number 18, 2-minute minor, high stick.
Oh, yeah, no question. So the Coyotes with Dave Moss in the box, one of their top PK guys. They're going to have to get the job done here, down by a goal already. The 4th time they've gone to the box. Tough way to win a game.
So the penalty kill is out there, and here are the Carolina Hurricanes with a chance in front from Skinner before it's taken away. Good battle, McCulloch, Ekman Larsson out there. Good stick by Vermette. And now back to the line for Sekera. Skinner try to work it in front.
Clip McCulloch right in the mouth.
Back out high it goes, and Falk has it. Drops it. Sekera blocked away that time by Vermette. And forced out. What a shift, Antoine Vermette.
Oh, they're loving it here on the bench, too. His teammates giving him a pat.
And behind the net, Mike Smith. And this one goes over the glass and out of play. The face-off will come inside the Coyote zone. Antoine Vermette. Another great sequence.
Yeah, real good job between him and McCulloch, blocking shots. Look at the second effort. He's going to get up right here and right there. Never gives up. Clean the shield and get right back out there. 6 points in his last 5 games. He's on a 5-game point streak. He'd love to have that continue on.
Around the boards and down the length where Ron Hainsey will gallop after it. Left side to center, Jordan Stahl. 1:04 remaining in the Carolina power play. Hainsey at the right point. Sends it right back down. Schlemko's going to go after it. And he finds Halpern, who will get it up the ice. Here's a chance, maybe Klinkhammer. We'll take it into the corner. Now behind the net, just trying to kill some time here. He'll go quickly to the bench as it's moved out by Ryan Murphy. And cleared out of there all the way back through center ice. Half a minute to go on the penalty to Dave Moss. Sekera now. Back it over the line, Justin Falk. To the line, Sekera. One-timer stopped by Smith. A rebound. Into the corner it goes. Martin Hansel can't move it out. Skinner lost it. And this one is cleared up the ice. So the penalty is over. Moss is out. And the Coyotes kill it off. And they have 8:18 to get the game tied.
Couple big must saves there by Mike Smith. That last one on route 2. Now it's time for the Phoenix Coyotes to go back to work. Turn up the heat here.
Ribeiro. All the way back through center. This one's going to go down the length and back. Icing against Carolina. Well, put on your suit and tie for Justin Timberlake's 2020 Experience World Tour. It's coming to Jobbing.com Arena on Saturday, August the 9th. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or at the arena box office.
What a concert that's going to be. I guarantee I'll be there. Twinkle toes.
Thanks, Fred. Ribeiro's going to get chased. Malhotra now will take the draw against Kyle Chipchura. Won by Chipchura to the line. Murphy, his shot blocked away. Chipchura looking around. He'll dump one in. In behind the net, Chipchura. Coyotes trying to get this game tied. This is not one of those nights where if you go to overtime, it's going to hurt you at all in terms of giving up the extra point because it's an interconference game. Bodker.
And Carolina, again, just so impressive in their coverage, just clogging things up in the neutral zone. Phoenix, they're a fast skating team. They can't get any speed going.
Ribeiro has it. Into the corner, tried to give it off. Jordan Staal, easy pick there. Good play by Ron Hainsey, forcing it on Ribeiro. Here's Jordan Staal in front. He's stopped. Rebound, glove save, Mike Smith. Save of the night.
Oh, he's showing it too. He showed it to him. Big left pad save. And then he shows him the leather.
Welcome back here in the third period. Carolina Hurricanes with a 2-1 lead right now over the Phoenix Coyotes. Jody Jackson with you from our post-game set as we get ready for Coyotes Live presented by CenturyLink. We'll have our post-game show out here. Tyson Nash will join me. We'll hear from Matt McConnell as well. Todd Walsh with all the reaction from the locker room. And, you know, the Coyotes, you guys were just on the trip. Western Conference, Western Canada. Win, loss, and an overtime loss, and now it'll be up against the Eastern Canada Tour here in Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, and then going to Buffalo back in the States. And guys, the success against the East has been tremendous. 8-1-1 coming into tonight's game. Of course, they would like to have a comeback and get that victory before they head out on the road.
That would be nice, and they've got 6.5 or so remaining to try to get this thing tied up. And dare I say, Tyson, you know, we don't see the East a lot, but this has been as good of a coverage team as we've seen from the other conference this season.
Yeah, defensively, this is a textbook road game. We've said that about 20 times here tonight, but now it's the Coyotes starting to get frustrated. Carolina, they're feeling good, all of a sudden energized. They're trying to close this one out. They know that they have the Coyotes right where they want them. Unable to get out of their own zone. Blanket of white.
Face off to the right of goaltender Mike Smith. Jordan Staal against the other number 11, Martin Hansel. Ekman Larson tries to get it out on the far side. Batted away by Tim Kennedy. And Ron Hainsey is there, so move it back in by Semin as that's deflected into the corner. Coyotes looking for any kind of a spark. They haven't had a lot of room to maneuver here tonight as it's played all the way back. Peters lost it. Giveaway here out high. Murphy. And Murphy's going to go after it. Coyotes trying to free it. Now hustling back is Antoine Vermette. He takes down Semin that time, and now Bodker will play it in behind the net. Coyotes trying to race it up the ice. 5.5 remaining here in the third. Harrison that time went hard on Bodker. Bodker slashed him, comes out high. Yandel with a shot. And now Yandel again.
No traffic in front, though.
There's a chance. Chipchura back out high. Try to get it there. Oh, great stick. Jordan Staal forcing it out.
That's what I mean. They're not getting rattled. They're just worried about their own responsibility. As you saw Jordan Staal, he wasn't worried about Keith Yandel.
To the corner, Ribeiro. Tied up by Malhotra. Support down low with Klinkhammer, and now Malhotra comes away with it to the line. Yandel. Yandel trying to get it through. Into the corner it goes now. Moss feathered one to the front. A chance for Ribeiro. He stopped. What a stop there. Justin Peters. And another shot by Moss, and it's cleared out.
Oh, what a play again by Keith Yandel. Turning it up, trying to create something offensively. Finds Ribeiro back door, who is just robbed. That was Peters' best save of the hockey game.
Third robbery job in 2 games from that spot. Mike Ribeiro. Chance here. Kennedy jams it down low. Now Kennedy, little dangle move, try to get it in behind the net. Ribeiro is there. Kennedy as well out high. McCulloch, he unloads, and a shot is knocked away. McCulloch, will he reload? He shoots again, and that's deflected.
It's the only way you're going to beat him, with a redirection right now.
Now Moss in behind the net. Moss holding on to it. Carolina, end of a long road trip. They're digging deep here. They lead the Coyotes 2-1. Move to the line, Talusti. Coyotes really are bringing some heat here over the last couple of minutes before it's played out. And now Ekman-Larsson will have to reset. That was the best sequence maybe the entire night, Tyson.
Yeah, that's a real good shift here. Now you want to build off of it.
Hansel trying to go wide. Hansel shoots it. Stopped by Peters. 3:32 remaining in a 2-1 Carolina game.
Good work down low by the Phoenix Coyotes, but no traffic in front on this original shot by Keith Yandel. You look at Mikkel Bodker off to the side, Chipchura off to the side, and the way Peters has been playing, you're not going to beat him. You have to get in front, much like there with Dave Moss. Tries for the redirect, but we've been talking about it. Peters is in that zone. Can't get a grease BB by him right now.
Boy, has he been good here tonight. 34 saves.
And loose. He just, it's amazing. Butterfly goaltender comes down, just covers so much of the net, so there's nothing to shoot at.
Connor Murphy across center, dumps one in. 3:18 to go. Kennedy again, good job along the boards to get it deep. Gleason trying to get it out. Gets past the Yandel. Now back inside the zone for Hansel to play. Martin Hansel will free it as Murphy looks to set it up for Radim Vrbata. Maybe it'll be Vrbata or Hansel here late.
They got numbers. They got numbers, Matt. Yeah. Again, every time Vrbata gets that puck in the neutral zone, there's one forechecker up and then 4 guys back holding that blue line. Vrbata has nowhere to go with it. He's got to chip it in. You have to give Carolina a ton of credit how they're clogging it up. You look at the 4 bodies on the blue line.
There, yep.
And then you got another guy right there, not far back. That's all about numbers and playing the right way, and Carolina has done that tonight.
Sekera with it. Out of the zone back to center, and moving it back and over the line is Jordan Staal. Staal with a shot, steered away by Smith. And Ribeiro will look to get it out. Tied up that time by Semin. Here's Jordan Staal. Gets a hold of Keith Yandel there. And now another opportunity for Sekera at the left point. Got it to the front. Redirect there. Now behind the net, Jordan Staal. Works it out high. Semin with a blast over the top. Down to 2:20 in regulation. Coyotes looking for a goal to get this game tied. Maybe force an overtime here tonight.
The worst part is Keith Yandel spent the majority of this shift in his defensive zone. He's not going to have anything left offensively to go.
Which means he's going to have to head to the bench in the last couple of minutes here. He's a guy you want racing that puck up the ice at this point of the game. Kirby now.
That's the importance of having another one with Oliver Ekman-Larsson in the rears.
Now Ribeiro holding on to it. He'll drop for Schlemko. Back through center. They set it up for Ribeiro on the zone entry. Here's a chance. Bodker right to the net. It just went wide. Down to a minute and a half. We'll keep our eye on Mike Smith. Coyotes trailing at 2-1. Very late here in the third period of play. Bodker. Now he'll have to play it back for McCauley. Ekman-Larsson and a cross for Ribeiro. Ribeiro has been draped all night long. Good job by Sekera on this sequence. Faulk. It'll be dumped right back in. Minute 12 here. What do you think, Tyson? You think Smith will go to the bench?
Oh, yeah, he'll be coming.
Back play it in over the line.
Here he comes.
Kennedy will chase it to the corner. Smith to the bench. Extra attacker for Phoenix. Kennedy trying to lock it up. Jordan Staal is there as well.
Prison rules right now. Anything goes.
Moss got it towards the net. A glove save there by Peters.
Well, heads up play there by Peters to play the puck. He doesn't freeze it. And that puck ends up coming out over the blue line. If he freezes that puck, it's a face-off in the offensive zone for the Coyotes. There comes the shot by Moss. Plays it, gives it to his defenseman. That's a goaltender that it's engaged. Hockey IQ. Knows his surroundings. And then he had time to drop that puck. So the Coyotes have called a timeout. This is tough. A neutral zone face-off. You got to think Mike Smith will go back between the pipes.
Tight one here at Jobing.com Arena. And for the first time in 4 games, the Coyotes have allowed a third period goal. It was off a face-off, and Jeff Skinner able to beat goaltender Mike Smith.
So sneaky. Skinner all night long. He's had some looks tonight. Got a big goal, extended his goal-scoring streak. 8 goals now in his last 7 games.
Face-off coming outside the Carolina zone.
No Mike Smith. It's an important face-off win for obvious reasons.
Vermette out there for the draw just in case Hansel is back up. He'd be out there anyways. He was upended over the line, slow to get up. As the Coyotes will force it and play it in behind the net.
Oh, they're not happy about that waved off icing.
Puck is played right back in. Martin Hansel in a big battle here as it's played out of the zone. Semin having words with him. Coyotes need to hurry it up. 22 seconds. Over the line, Ribeiro brings it back and over the line. He drops it out high. Here's a chance for Met. He shoots. It's blocked away. Huge block there, Sekera. They try to move it out. Coyotes with some heat, but it's turned the other way. And Eric Staal up the ice, and he seals it for Carolina. And now, some pushing and shoving, and Eric Staal goes right after Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
I don't know. I didn't even see how that developed. Paul Bissonnette giving it to Skinner on the bench. And Staal took exception to something after he put that puck in the net, and now we got Hansel and Faulk looking to go.
Well, Martin Hansel got clipped at the blue line, and then he did some clipping. I'm not really sure what Eric Staal was upset about.
A 3-point night for Staal. This is off the draw. Hansel gets tripped up right there. No call on the play. And then that block. Real big block there by Sekera. We talked about him all game long. Led to this goal by Eric Staal. Had a big night tonight. You see Oliver just go right after him.
I think all Oliver was trying to do was provide a good stick on Eric Staal.
I think after the puck went into the net, though. So
Could be. Martin Hanzal frustrated and just kind of boiling over right here as Falk and Hanzal. Falk used to play in Minnesota. You know, he was a Wild defenseman, so those two players have played against each other quite a bit.
Might be the wrong door, even though Martin Hanzal doesn't fight a lot. But Carolina came in and played the exact game that they wanted to and needed to finish off this road trip.
Well, they had tough luck at Edmonton. They battled back only to lose in overtime. They lost the other night with just a few seconds remaining in the overtime at Calgary. Well, they're going to skate out of Jobbing.com Arena tonight with 2 points.
But again, you go back to the icing that was waved off. I mean,
yeah,
that was an interesting one. I think the coaching staff was a little irate at that one. Never get that puck set up into the offensive zone with Mike Smith out of the net.
Keith Yandel, I believe, got a misconduct because he's headed to the dressing room. They dropped the puck, and that's pretty much going to do it here. So Carolina, impressive tonight. They'll head home to Raleigh tonight, get in at about 4 in the morning, Tyson. They win it 3-1, and they were as good as a defensive unit that we've seen out of the Eastern Conference so far this season.
Yeah, a textbook hockey game out of the Carolina Hurricanes, and more importantly, the first star of this game, hands down, is Peters. He made big save after big save. The Phoenix Coyotes could not find a way to get one past them.
All right, that's going to do it. 3-1 Hurricanes win it. Coyotes Live, presented by CenturyLink, starts right now.